Ron was telling me about a time when 50 gay women were awaiting him. Yet Big R, as he calls him, couldn't appear.
Big R.
You know why I call him Big R?
Why? Alright. What? Alright. Alright.
I turned out you too what?
So I don't really know where to start with this one because it scared the hell out of me. It was 2 nights ago and I had just gotten home from school, really tired and looking forward to my dinner and a nice hot shower.
Are you reading like fucking no sleep?
While the dinner was cooking, it was a ritual for me to take a shower. Then I'd get out and the smell of the crispy chicken and roast potatoes would glide upstairs.
Reading!
Are you on like r/no sleep just reading shitty like creepypasta?
Another thing I always
Yes,
done.
he is.
I always done was
Sounds like a Colonel Sanders, like, I woke up to the nice smell of roasted chicken in the morning.
another thing I always done was listen to creepypasta while I showered. It calmed me, in a sense, and scared me in a fun kind of way. I got my shower to the right temperature and found a new Jeff the Killer story.
He sits in there, sweet release.
He was always my favorite guy to hear about, so I played it, and as the video tried to properly connect and started the buffer, I got in the shower. I'm looking right at you, I heard coming from the video, but it didn't exactly sound like Jeff the Killer or any of my regular YouTubers, but I kept listening. Do you know what happens when you die? I'm not done! Do you know what happens when you die? The voice asked in a giggling type of way. This question sent shivers up my spine. Just the way it was asked scared the shit out of me. I began to wash the shampoo from my hair when the story took a strange turn. Eternal screaming, eternal screaming, eternal screaming. The voice began to repeat over and over again, sounding more and more psychotic with every time it was said. The feeling of dread and fear grew inside of me to a point where I felt like I was about to have a panic attack. And then it stopped. But breathing was still playing. And then nothing. Then out of nowhere, when I thought the video was over, Mary Phillips is screaming. This was my grandmother's name. She had died this day last
died in
year.
the club.
I fell out of the shower in a blind panic, dried off my hands and reached for my phone when I realized something. The video was still buffering from before my shower. The video never played. Thank you for clarifying.
Wait, Willem, I have a story.
Okay.
Alright, it starts like this. It's a hypothetical, okay? Alright, what if Mary was in the club
Before she met Joseph.
surrounded
by hella thugs. Cover Nori in lamb's wool. Be surrounded by the fucking wolves.
Thank you, Neil.
I got you. Listen to it right now.
You know what we're talking about, right, Willem?
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna read this like 90 paragraph thoughts on Sonic.exe. Intro.
Like the...
What the fuck? Alright.
Wasn't like Sonic.exe when like the doll like killed somebody or some shit?
I don't know.
Supposedly.
It's probably some cool guy. Creepy.
Hey
pasta.
guys, this is very cool. Thanks for listening to my
Alright,
creepy.
alright!
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the
They
fuck
sound
up.
like Grant.
Intro.
My name's Grant.
Intro! This has 19 upvotes. Since it's the time of the year where Halloween is right around the corner, I thought it was very...
First off, it's pronounced Halloween.
All Hallows Eve.
I thought it was very appropriate that it came time for me to give my opinions on this Sonic.exe. His alias is actually X, but for the sake of familiarity, we'll obviously stick with fan-dubbed name Sonic.exe.
You guys hear X recently?
Yo, X just died. He got shot in the
Oh!
No, rip.
Rip Sonic.exe.
He may not be
Damn.
canon to any of the media, but that doesn't stop me from considering him as a part of the cast any more than I consider fans' characters as part of Sonic's universe. In fact, despite having origins on the creepypasta side of the internet, I'd argue that he is a fan character, albeit an imitation of Sonic. People write him off as nothing more than a ridiculous attempt at horror, but with the various artworks floating around, I find that Sonic.exe is worthy of being a considerably horrifying figure. Alright, this is retarded.
It's 90 paragraphs. Why are you like? I'm surprised you got that far.
Like, I'm not even done with the first intro. Then he has his personal thoughts, which is like...
Is this like a proper like analysis?
Yeah, it's three...
Okay, he's actually.
And then
I thought it was like a creepypasta.
critical analysis. It's like
God.
7 paragraphs.
That's Jay Wood what he thinks about it.
Alright.
Have a baby without fucking.
Fake hometown question mark? Alright. Bum. Spooky creepy pasta. A spooky creepy pasta, 0 upvotes. Never mind. Alright. I have to find one that's like serious. But it's bad.
Was in the club. Was met Joseph. Around hella thugs. Nori. And lamb's wool. He's surrounded by the fucking wolves.
Alright, guys. This creepypasta is titled Agore. I had just gotten to a #1 on the leaderboards when a message popped up on my iPad. To find out the truth, get to 100 million mass.
Wait, what game is this for?
I don't know.
100 million what?
Agario? It says
it's
Agore.
Gario.
Oh.
Well, I thought this impossible. I asked Clippy for help, you know, and hyper-realistic blood started spewing out of his eyes.
This is a joke one. This is
Yeah, this is a joke.
one.
As soon as this is hyper realistic blood, you know it's a joke.
I asked my mom, and the toaster strudels killed her brutally. Scared, I got to 100 million mass, and the truth was that agar blobs were in real life. The leaderboarders were controlling their blobs, trying to eat humans in various cities. Hyper-realistic blood started spewing out of the people when they got eaten. Horrified, I tried to leave. Not so fast, said a blob that had appeared right behind me. And then this guy's like serious, alright? This is a comment to this. He's like, I have a lot of problems with this. First, the creepy message popping up. Very cliche, especially when played straight. A good enough execution or an acknowledgement of it being a cliche would save it. But as it is, it's just annoying. It's not even funny at that. The other problem is the entire thing.
I made that bitch famous.
Should show, not tell. How did the narrator get to the leaderboard? What was the narrator's reaction upon getting the message? Why were there blobs in real life? Not only that, but descriptions of the various events were then condensed into one paragraph really should have been fleshed out.
I feel like that guy's like completely satisfied. He just baited one person into like properly like commenting. Like that's well worth the effort it took to fucking write that.
Oh no! Then another guy just says it was meant to be a joke, and the same guy replies, "It's not obvious enough. Either that, or as usual, I'm incredibly dense."
Yeah, yeah. Go on. Oh. Self-awareness.
Alright. Randall the Vandal creepypasta. Alright. Spooky in brackets.
Yeah, right, folks, dude.
Ominous unknown fallen vandal is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, a vandal going by the name Randall is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a 27-year-old guy we found in the tower states that he survived one of the vandals' attacks and bravely tells his story. I had a bad dream about not getting a black spindle, and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the hobo. I saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before when I went to bed.
Wait, the hobo climbed into his room?
I
Or
think
the
he has
hobo
a
opened his
house.
window? I'm so confused.
I think the hobo has a house and he didn't want to dream about the black spindle.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
And he wakes up in the middle of the night. I
The
got up.
black spindle.
I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone or something was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light illuminating from between my curtains, were 4 glowing eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were bright, blue, ominous eyes.
Oh, fuck!
They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth. A long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said it in a way that only a mad fallen could speak.
A fallen?
It whispered, "Go sleep." I let out a girly-ass scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a sniper aiming at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed and says, "Let's get weird." I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in, nude. The man threw the sniper. It went into my dad's shoulder. The vandal probably would have finished him off with his gashalalarn if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the tower police.
The tower?
London Tower?
They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The vandal turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash like glass breaking.
I thought this guy was in his bedroom.
As I came out of my room, I saw the window.
Oh, he is in his room in a tower.
Pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing, I will never forget that face. Those blue, evil eyes and those psychotic wrinkles. They will never leave my head.
The psychotic wrinkles?
What is a wrinkle?
The wrinkle.
Oh,
It still doesn't make sense.
They will never leave my head.
Wait, what happened to his, like, what happened to, like, the sniper? He threw it at his, like, dad's shoulder.
Police
So
are
the
still
sniper's
on the
like in his
look.
bedroom.
Police are still on the look for this vandal. If you see anyone that fits this description in this 100% real story, please contact your local produce apartment. The end? Question mark. All right. That was a
The
good one.
Wu-Tang.
Mm. Oh my god, this one's so long. 47 upvotes. I think a demon heard me watching rituals on YouTube. I've always been interested in paranormal stuff. Rituals and those dangerous games like hide and seek by yourself and the Midnight Man game.
Wait, hide and seek by yourself?
Don't you know? Don't you know
We'll
that
look it up.
ritual? I've been
I know it, yeah.
frequenting and lurking.
Hide and seek.
Yeah?
Hey, if you don't follow the steps properly, you will die. Do not play this game at all. You will die.
No!
Willem, read the hide and seek by yourself. Screw this dumb ritual.
Hide and seek alone. Hitori Kakurenbo.
I want to finish this.
Shut up, let me give you the lore. In
Alright,
Japan and Korea, originating from Japan, where you let a spirit/demon possess a doll, then play a game of hide and seek with them. The game is necromancy. It is potentially very dangerous and not good for your sanity.
Whoa.
This is a life-risking game. It's best to put your pets outside of your house. There have been reports of dogs barking and cats hissing at nothing. Some even reported their pets behaving strangely after this game.
Whoa, after the game?
Wait, I have the tools. Stuffed doll with limbs, rice, something from your body, a sharp-edged object, to anger the spirit in the doll by stabbing it. Dude, be sure not to use a knife/scissors, as the doll will possibly stab you with it after it finds you. So use a pencil or needle instead.
Dude, I dare you to do that. I dare you.
Bathtub with water. A very safe sanctuary/hiding spot. A very when it's a doll's turn to find you, if you have a room with statues and things related to your religion, it is recommended to make it as your hiding spot.
Let me read the demon heard me watching.
Hey, do not play this game for more than 2 hours.
I've been
Alright, go on.
frequenting and lurking on r/NoSleep for a few years now. One night I started to search around YouTube to see if anyone posted real footage of themselves attempting these rituals and games. I started with the elevator game, cursed phone numbers, and one-man hide and seek. To my surprise, the folks who made an honest attempt proved these games either did nothing or were just internet folklore. Some games using ghost boxes and ovalis did yield some pretty spooky stuff, though I'd never say all of the games are made up for upvotes. What's ovalis?
You don't know about that? No, don't look it up. Stop!
Whoa!
What?
Ah! Ah! No!
Wait, what's it called?
Oh, it's just like a ghost detector.
The Ouija board?
I don't know. It's some like Japanese dictionary, but it's like a phone.
Japanese ghost phone dictionary.
It's called an ovalis.
Ah, I found cell phone in Japanese dictionary. Keita den wa.
This guy likes his, like...
I want to find like ovaries or something. Ovalis, summoner stats, League of Legends. God bless.
Alright. I was originally watching these videos sitting in bed in the dark at around 11 p.m. Just trying to get my nightmare fuel going, you know? Everyone likes to be spooked. At some point, I got up to grab my phone charger from across the room, so I unplugged my headphones so I could still listen to the video without pausing it. Big mistake. When I went to plug in my phone, I was checking my texts, Snapchat, and setting my alarm for the next day. Don't know how long I stopped paying attention to YouTube. When I came back to my laptop, a dry bones attempt was playing. I sat down and I kept watching the video. The guy didn't seem to be getting much out of the ritual. I was
Wait.
reading the comments. What?
Dry bones from like Mario?
All these like words have links on them.
Oh.
Oh, it's just like a step-by-step tutorial. Dry bones. All right, let's see what dry bones has to offer. Wait until 12:01 a.m., not a minute later. Close all doors in your house firmly. Make sure that they are secure. Close all pantries, cupboards, and cabinets too. Basically, that can open. This one is crucial. Turn off all your lights. Computers and phones are okay. Oh, computers and phones are okay. Just make sure they aren't too bright. Go to your bathroom and look in the mirror. Close your eyes and make sure everything is completely silent. Silent. If you hear anything, get out of the house immediately. That means he is already here. Think of something that you want. This will be your prize if you win. Step 5. Light a match and wait until it burns out on its own. Do not blow it out. It will anger him. If the match lasts at least...
It will anger.
If the match lasts at least 15 seconds, you're ready to begin. Lie on the ground and start saying the following words. I am aware of your presence, and I welcome you into my home. Come now. Step 7.
Now.
Go into the largest room of your house and wait. Step 8. How long this takes will vary immensely. For some, it will take hours, and for some minutes. You need to be patient. Step 9. When he's ready, you will hear a faint moaning sound. If you hear anything else, get the hell out of there. Step 10. This is where the fun begins. He will try to find you, and you must hide. Be quiet and don't make any quick movements, as it could give away your location. Think of it as hardcore hide and seek. Step 11. You must remain hidden until 3 a.m. At this time, it is safe to go out. Go again to the largest room in your house and say the following. Thank you for playing, but you must leave now. You are no longer welcome. You will hear a groan, and you may now continue on your life as you normally would. The next morning when you wake up, your prize will be outside the door of your house. Congratulations, you won.
I thought it could take hours to summon him, but you only have like a 3-hour window to play. Big brain.
Alright, that's dry bones, everybody. Alright, I sat down and kept watching the video. The guy didn't seem to be getting much out of the ritual. I was reading the comments to see if anyone would say anything along the lines of, thanks for proving these internet rituals to be true/false. Just so I could know if another attempt failed or hoax. Most of the comments were just trying to figure out what was said on the ghost box at certain timestamps. I eventually got tired and started watching some cooking ASMR and dozed off. This is where I get fucked! I woke up feeling hot, like super warm, and sweating. My ceiling fan was going, so I just took off the top blanket and rolled over to check the time on my laptop. It was only 1 a.m. I don't think I was asleep for more than an hour, but I felt like I just woke up from a normal night's sleep. I started shaking a little, and I was a little spooked because I spent all evening watching scary videos and reading no sleep. But I knew the shakes upon waking is kind of normal. Or at least that's what I read when I googled it a long time ago. Something about the body doing something when it's about to sleep, or could be anxiety related. I have anxiety disorder and trouble sleeping, so I really brushed this one off. I got out of bed to check if the heater was on. Sometimes my mom puts the heat in the evening when she gets cold and leaves it on through the night because she forgets and goes to work. She works nights from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. When I left my room, it was freezing cold in my house. Walking through the living room and into the hallway where the thermostat is, I checked the temperature. It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I turn the heat on! And I start heading back into my room. On
Wait,
is
so so his mom turns the heat on and accidentally leaves it on, so he checks it's 50 because she didn't. What the fuck?
Then he turns the heat
down.
on!
Oh shit!
That's when I hear him! I hear a faint moaning noise. Oh no! It's like dry bones! I hear this noise and my first thought is my house is haunted. I found a ghost. Now I'm definitely not sleeping. So I turn on all the lights in the house like any scared kid would do, and I go back in my room, lock the door, and get on Discord so I don't feel alone. Wi-Fi isn't working. I check my phone. It says I have cell service, but nothing is loading, and my platonically scared shitless "you up" messages aren't getting delivered.
My platonically shitless? What?
Scared shitless.
Oh, they said platonic. I was like, huh?
I checked the time, and it's about 1:15 a.m. I'm wondering what the fuck I'm gonna do. Check the police. What? Calling the police just doesn't sound logical. If I use my landline phone, I don't know who I'd call or what I'd do from there. I didn't want to wake up any of my friends and tell them I think I found a ghost. I hear the moaning again. This time it's louder. The lights in my room started to dim, and I see the lights from under my door go out. The lights in my fucking house went out when I'm in my room. Oh, I lost it.
Fuck!
Where'd it go? I'm scared as fuck! And I closed out again. God damn it! God, this is stupid. Alright, we're halfway done. What the fuck? Alright. I'm scared as fuck! And my mind at this point is like, nope! So I put on some socks and a hoodie, grab my wallet, phone, and keys, and I run out to the garage. My house is almost pitch black. I don't even know if the outside lights that we keep on all night are on. I press the garage door to open it so I can get in my car and drive away. But it's powered by electricity, and I guess all the electricity is just fucked!
Worst part is I still don't even know who this is about. I haven't been paying attention.
I think for a hot second, because I'm now in the doorway of my garage and I'm in the doorway of my garage and my hallway. And I don't really want to go back into my house. If I go out the front door, where do I go? What's my plan? Would I be able to walk somewhere? Well, you would hope.
What the fuck? Is he retarded? Oh wait, he has anxiety. I forgot.
Yes. Don't judge him.
Think for his hot minute. Come on, dude.
Hot second.
It's a hot second. My mistake.
Alright. Next paragraph. I say fuck it and slip on some slippers, run like hell without focusing too hard on anything as I make my way to the front door. Unlock the first door. Open it. Unlock the second door. It's a gate that covers the first door. Thank you. Open it. The deadbolt is kind of stuck because it's rusty or something. It's an old house. We barely use our front door because we go in through the garage all the time.
I like how this dude just keeps making it convenient for it to just get fucked.
Why
He's
did he
"My
just go
mom
through his
works at-"
garage?
It's just like
I'm shitting myself at this point. I know if I turn around, I'm going to get jump scared like it's a horror movie or something. I eventually get the door open and I run out, closing the doors behind me as fast as I could and locking only one of them and hoping no one robs me tonight. As soon as I got my body out the doorway, I felt some type of cold hand, and that was not okay. I audibly yelped or gasped or something. I don't even know what you'd call my I am very close to feigning noises to be. Street lights outside my house aren't on, but the rest of the neighborhood looks normal. The neighbor's dog who is kept out outside is barking like crazy, and I don't know if it's because of what's going on in my house or because I'm out here in socks and sandals. Ha. I started walking as fast as I could because for whatever reason when I get outside my house my first thought was to act casual, and I just made it to the part of the street that looked normal. I looked back on my house and saw the lights in the windows switch on. I was not going to go back though. I was not going to go back though. Hell no. I walked to the McDonald's that's closest to me and I ordered a soda because I'm way too scared to stomach food at this point. Cell service was working. I texted my friends and got on Discord to tell all my friends what the hell just went on. One of my friends who just got done smoking said they'd be down to meet me when we hung out at McDonald's for a bit. I slept at his place that night, but I didn't sleep for long because I wanted to get back to my house before my mom got there in case anything bad was lingering. When I got there, all the lights were still on and nothing really looked out of place. Garage door open like normal. So, I guess what happened was when I stepped away from the computer, the guy in the video said whatever phrase it is to begin the dry bones ritual, and I think it summoned him.
Wait, it was dry bones?
Good thing
it's the one from Mario just chasing him.
Part of the ritual says that if you hear him, you should immediately leave the house because it means he's already there. I did none of that until hours later. My mom is sleeping, and I'm looking up someone who can unfuck my house. I don't know how to end this ritual because I didn't even start it correctly. The sun is going down in a few hours and I'm getting nervous. My mom will be at work for the next few days when it's nighttime, so hopefully she'll be fine, but I don't know what to do. Do I even bother making a wish? Edit. Added links for folks who don't know the rituals I'm referencing. And that's the end.
Check the one I sent in Discord. It's just like the title.
Frank Sinatra's favorite hooker is missing.
1,000 karma, fun fact.
I need a drink. BRB.
Found in me.
Got my fidget spinner.
It's time to play some Valley.
What? I thought you beat it.
I did. I want to become a speedrunner of Valley.
I am the creator of the infamous The Blocks Watch creepypasta that caused havoc in the Roblox community. This is how it all begun, part 1 out of 2.
caused havoc in the Roblox
Havoc!
community. Fuck, Roblox is scary.
Yes! FNAF 1 through 4 is a different story from SL and FFPS, and my theory on FNAF as a whole. Man, this is a gem. Alright, you guys ready?
No. What's the title again?
It's retarded. It's FNAF and his theory on FNAF.
Oh.
Woo!
Good.
It has been a while since I wrote a theory. Heyo, folks, strap yourself in because this is going to be a long and possibly controversial one. Ooh! Let's start with explaining what I mean with the title. FNAF 1 through 4 is a separate story. This is evidenced by not only the themes in each game, but also the old line, 4 games, 1 story. Let's look at the reoccurring themes through these titles. Desk and Fan, Phone Guy, 5 Nights plus bonus, Cryptic Storytelling. Great themes. Now I'm going to make my bold statement. FNAF 1 through 4 and the entire original story of FNAF is made up by a child. Some people are in, fucking dream theory.
Wait. Game theory?
Dream theory.
But hold your horses. There's linking.
Oh.
There's linking
I'm
themes.
holding.
Calm down, guys. There's linking themes once again suggesting this. Once more, it starts with the images on Scott Games.
Scott Game? What?
I think that's the creator's website.
Oh.
Wait, are you playing Super Flight?
Yeah, it's how I can do fraps.
No.
Alright.
Why are you doing fraps?
What is seen in shadows is easily misunderstood in the mind of a child. In the FNAF 4 minigame, why would the tiny toy Chica be missing her beak? I'm not
This
reading
is like a fucking game theory video.
Yeah, I already watched this game theory.
Wait, why are you running fraps?
To record it, Neil. You didn't know he was serious.
I'm playing Super Flight, Neil.
Oh.
Hold on. What is your favorite creepy My Little Pony story?
Oh.
Where's the good ones? The dream that will haunt me for all eternity. Jesus Christ, these paragraphs are big. Alright. I need a
Jay
drink.
Wood would be proud.
Here we go. Did you ever think about dreams? What they are, where they come from? I mean, pretty much everyone has dreams at night. Am I right? But why is that so few people actually care about dreams and dreaming in general? Well, in the past few days I've been happening to do quite a bit of research on the topic, and I wanted to share my 3 favorite facts about dreaming with you.
I'm a fucking loser.
Number 1. Did you know that you are dreaming every single night? I know, that sounds crazy at first, because dreams seem to be so rare, at least for me. As it turns out, the only reason that you think you haven't dreamed anything during the night is that you simply forgot everything that happened in it as soon as you woke up. Hold on, I'm gonna... Alright, this is where they continue. This is the creepy part, alright? Until I experienced that dream. Before I continue, I want to make 2 things clear. A, what I'm about to tell you actually happened. It is not a creepy pasta or spooky campfire story. Those are in air quotes. B, I'm neither religious nor crazy nor taking any psychoactive drugs.
Sounds like a pussy to me.
Heck, I haven't been drinking alcohol since that night. So you can be sure that those are not the words of a madman.
I stopped drinking right after I heard that because I got so scared.
Now that we got that out of the way, I want to tell you something about the night that changed my life.
Hey, Willem, bro fist.
Don't talk to me. Stop. As far as I remember, I came home late that night, and I have to admit, I was a little bit drunk. Yeah, I drink. Okay, I'll be honest. I was a little.
100% just straight 16s. Like, I drink sometimes. Oh, you got me.
I haven't drank since that night, though. Remember, I used to be badass.
Okay, I'll be honest. I was more than just a little bit drunk.
Actual faggot.
Anyways, I pretty much fell asleep right away.
I was pretty much ass-faced.
The next thing I saw was that I was sitting on the bench of my usual bus stop. Poor fucker. I was waiting for the bus, but it was a little delayed. After what seemed to be a few minutes, I saw the bus arriving and it was going a little faster than usual. Probably make up for some lost time. I was realizing too late that the bus was not just going fast, it was racing right towards me. I tried to dodge the bus, but it was too late and it crashed right into me. Now, as I said, you shouldn't be able to die in your dream, yet I didn't wake up. And I died. What happened to me? What happened next was that my soul, or whatever you want to call it, was ripped right out of my body, and I could witness how the bus crushed my body.
Holy fucking gay.
And I could see how it was laying there, mangled and broken, limbs in an unnatural position, and my blood was dyeing the ground beneath it in a beautiful shade of crimson.
Hey, it's beautiful. Whoa, that's beautiful.
This in itself was a pretty disturbing and daunting experience, as you might imagine.
Daunting? Does he like know words?
As you might imagine.
Daunting.
But what happened next was the most frightening thing I could have ever imagined. This guy uses what happened next was the worst thing. Like, he's done that like 4 times already.
He's a very bad writer. He's dauntless. That very daunting experience.
So what? I think he's a good writer.
Alright, Chris. My vision grew darker and darker until there was nothing left except a perfect darkness. And I started to feel lighter.
Perfect dark?
Lighter and lighter until I became pretty much ethereal. Suddenly I found myself in this void of numbness, and this void made me a part of it. It was such a strange feeling, nearly incomprehensible. There was no warmth to be felt, yet there was no cold to be felt either. I saw nothing, felt nothing, thought nothing, yet I was still aware of my own existence.
Can you please check the Reddit comments on this thing?
Alright, after, 2 more paragraphs.
God damn, this is fucking long.
So there I was, floating in the seemingly endlessness of this absolute
Floating
nothing.
in this demon.
Alright, this sentence. So there I was, floating in this seemingly endlessness of this absolute nothinglessness.
What?
Remaining in a state of pure tranquility, surrounded by sheer silence, and when suddenly I felt something dragging me. As the strength of my dragging increased, I felt as if someone was pulling me in the opposite direction.
As the strength of my dragging? What?
Slowly regaining control over my body, I could feel the number of things pulling me in all different directions increase. And I started to feel like I was about to be torn apart. I opened up my mouth to let out a scream of angst and agony.
Angst! Man, I'm edgy.
But as soon as I opened it, the darkness around me started to pour into me, filling up my lungs and muffled my screams. As it turned out, I wasn't floating in a void. No. Dash. It was far.
I was floating in blood.
It was far from empty. Dash. I was rather floating in a sea filled with black goo, and there were things living in here, and now they were tearing me apart, Lisa.
Wait, is this Bloodborne?
Yes. I think the overwhelming feeling of fear was the reason I woke up from this hellish nightmare. I remember being completely covered in sweat and being absolutely confused and horrified. Since then, I had this dream on multiple occasions. Everything was the same. The bench, the street, the racing bus, except for one little detail. Every time the bus was about to hit me, I wake up, filled with dread that I was so close to encountering those things again. And with each day that passes, with each day I come closer to my final day. I grow more and more fearful of those things, living in their black, gooey realm, waiting. Now, now you're probably asking yourself how I'm so sure that this isn't just an ordinary nightmare, and that I'm making a big deal out of nothing. Well, I forgot to mention my third fact about dreaming. You can't dream if you're drunk.
I think that's just like false, but okay.
Oh wait, how would you know, Neil? How'd you know?
I wouldn't. So just a hypothesis.
The thing is, he's had that dream after he supposedly quit drinking after that one dream, but he keeps having the same one.
I don't know.
Oh, let's see this.
Let's look at the comments, please. Thank you.
Wow, that was actually a great twist at the end. Creepy and intriguing. Thank you very much. This was my first horror story I wrote, and I was pretty nervous about uploading it.
Go to the rest of that guy's post. See if you can find another one by him.
Okay.
Yeah, that was his first one. He's got his confidence up. I'm expecting like a magnum opus at some point.
Everyone's just...
He'd see Ghost, except in
Anthony Fantano's gonna give it a 10.
Ooh, Anthony Fanflargo. Take your time, Steve. Take your time.
Hole is whole.
A hole is a hole.
He only has one.
Dang.
What a pussy.
Mm. I'm gonna sort by. No, never mind. Past hour. Oh, never mind. r/campfire stories. Okay.
No, go to r/no sleep. That's where the AIDS lies.
Yeah, Neil's right.
Right.
That's where I found like Kurt Cobain's like favorite hooker or whatever. Frank Sinatra's favorite hooker is missing.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Ireland is about to become an infected wasteland. Blow it up.
Alright, yes.
Big storytelling.
Oh, hold on. This guy is like a part... Oh, Christ almighty.
Just read it. Don't think about how long it is.
Hold on. I don't know if, like... It says part... Fuck off. Okay. Part 4. Alright, where are the other parts? Part
You
1.
just read part 4. Who cares?
No! We're reading all 4 parts!
Oh.
No?
Alright, that's right.
I'm just gonna leave.
Alright. It's still fucking long anyway.
Exactly.
Up until now, I could completely rationalize away everything that had happened to me over this. Hold on. That had happened to me. That had happened to the overactive imagination of a 12-year-old kid. Granted, somebody have had to mess up with the candle and match back at the gully, but that didn't mean it had to do anything with the demons or the supernatural. The kid on the tower was weird, but not unexplainable. Dreams? Hell, who? Alright, I'm not fucking reading this. The lady in pink, 20 upvotes. Here we go.
Lady in pink.
I'm not entirely sure that I should be even writing this. As someone who frequents r/no sleep, it felt the next best course of action.
Don't have 20 acorns? Are you fucking kidding me?
I have already contacted the police,
The
and
valley.
there isn't a goddamn thing they can do for me.
Hey, Chris, it's $3. You should get it.
Is it multiplayer?
No, it's just like a single player running game.
And is it fun?
What?
Will
It's pretty
speedrun
fun.
guy?
Yeah, you can definitely speedrun this.
No, thank you. I prefer to take my time.
There's also a bunch of collectibles that I just like didn't collect, so I'm trying to see if I can find them now.
Can I read?
We've been quiet for like the past like 30 seconds.
And there isn't a goddamn thing they can do for me. I got a call from another store in our district while at work today. It was at the beginning. Thank you for calling. Shit! Never mind, that's just asterisks in a line. This is Kat. How can I help you? I answered. Hey Kat, this is John from store 3112. I'm calling to let you know that a woman is going to our stores attempting to purchase Visa gift cards with a fake debit card. She already got us. The system took the transaction, but then the receipt showed that it was a fraudulent card.
Damn, she got us.
Oh shit, that's not good. I said. John sounded frantic and pissed. No, it isn't. I've already called the district manager and the police. I'm going to call the other stores as well. She is probably headed your way. She's a woman of Asian descent, and she's wearing a pink hat, pink shirt, and pink pants. And pink boots.
Woman of yellow color.
I would have laughed if John hadn't sounded like he was gonna throw up. Got it. Female, Asian, pink. I'll keep an eye out and call you if she comes in. He thanked me and we hung up the phone. I honestly didn't think much of it. We called Mondays Meth Mondays. Due to the amount of
called it Kroger.
Amphetamine.
Due to the amount of cash returns and stolen items returned every Monday. We have a really bad methamphetamine epidemic in our area.
Okay, there we go. Wow, that's real funny.
I had even had a guy attempt to return 4 of the exact same item which had clearly been stolen from another store. It wasn't as busy as a Monday as we usually have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even though we were still a negative $63 for our on-hand till.
Damn, negative $63. That's so bad.
Cash returns suck. About 30 minutes before close, I had begun to sweep and organize the store. I hadn't had
Sounds like the Dave Chris.
any customers in half an hour and figured I'd get a head start on cleaning duties. I looked up when I heard the door chime. Someone had come in. Now, I read a lot, and I would identify as a nerd. I have seen/read through fantasy and sci-fi that I could probably give the Winchesters a run for their money.
The who?
The Winchesters.
Oh, of course.
What happened next, I can't explain. It was a woman, I think. At least it was at least in human shape. It moved like a human, kind of. I could tell that whatever it was, it wanted me to believe it was human. The figure was wearing a hat, or its head was grossly disfigured. I had on a tight turtleneck and leggings, or
Is this a chick?
no, it had on a tight turtleneck and leggings,
Okay.
or it had pink ruffled skin. The figured had floppy pink boots on, or it had some sort of weird-ass feet that I can't rightly identify. Then the figure spoke to me. It was as if my brain was trying to tune to a specific station but kept getting interference. "What can I help you with?" I asked, entirely confused and a little on edge. When it spoke again, I could only pick out every other few words of what she was saying. Yes, gift, help, need, money, emergency help. Her mouth was moving the whole time. I couldn't even read her lips. The eyes refused to focus on what they were seeing. I took off my glasses and cleaned them with the edge of my shirt, nodding and walking over to the counter. "Stop right, you help." I stopped walking and replaced my glasses. No good. I still couldn't get my eyes to focus. I looked to my right and realized I was standing beside the gift card kiosk. This must be the Asian female in pink. I scrambled to come up with a solid reason to not sell her any gift cards. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but my system is down, and I can't load any gift cards right now. Tech support is sending someone in the morning." I gave her/it an apologetic frown, showing that I too was upset she couldn't make her purchase. "Lying hate, why can't help me, rude girl, nasty help, please," she said, becoming more difficult to understand the more upset she got. I didn't know what else to do. "I'm really sorry, but there isn't anything I can do. Is there something I can help you with?" I asked, or really pleaded. I walk over to my register, feeling a small fraction safer with the counter between us. When she spoke next, my skin began to crawl. And I thought I was going to be sick. I think I'm going to be sick. I also had started to tear up, my heart beating faster. I work retail, so I am used to irate customers.
Is this guy just like a pussy? He's like crying.
This woman, or whatever she was, had my entire body buzzing with the urge to run far, far away. "No,
That's
girl,
stupid.
you need help me now, else hurt girl." This is so fucking stupid. The figure had started coming into focus, and I was hearing more of the words it was saying. I gotta say, it was not an improvement. The mouth was entirely too big, the eyes moved too much like some sort of broken doll. Its skin was too pink, tinged with green around the many skin folds. It wasn't clothed. I couldn't find my voice. The creature put its hands on the counter, and I heard the cheap formica give under the strain. The creature's fingers were knobbly and long,
Huh?
tipped with terribly sharp, jagged nails. I looked back up at it, and it had moved its face. Hold on, never mind. This is getting funny. Nails. I looked back up at it and moved its face within inches of mine. I could smell the rancid sweetness of its breath. Tiny pointed teeth covered the mouth, and I realized the mouth was so large because its head was almost horse head in shape. With its eyes still rolling, it spoke again. "Give me your skin, bitch." I screamed. I screamed and hit the panic button on the underside of the counter. I dropped to the floor and covered my head with the arms. With my arms.
The arms.
I was sobbing and waiting to die. Nothing happened. I stayed still, and after what felt like hours, it was roughly 5 minutes, I heard the door open and a man shout, "Hello?" I looked up and the creature was gone. There was a police officer in the doorway. "Are you okay?" The panic button was hit. "Are you alone?" I was hiccuping, so I just nodded. Who the fuck hiccups? The
This
officer...
war doesn't make sense.
The officer helped me to my feet and took me outside. He called for an EMT. Even when I mumbled that I was fine, I told the officer everything that I've written here, and he just watched me and asked me questions. Apparently this creature was either able to be in 2 places at once, or there was more than one of them. Store 3112 is an hour away, and they weren't the only store to have encountered this thing. Almost every retail store in the area had some sort of strange experience. They all said the same thing: an Asian woman in all pink and tried to buy gift cards, faked to have a card. I had been the only described
What is
person.
going on? You're so bad at reading these.
I'm just like, it's so boring.
Well, find a good one.
It's just like, there was a thing. Please tell me if you know what I'm talking about. Why are these so fucking long?
Whoa. Let's enter the B1Z1. Oh, that's cool. 40 fucking medallions? What the hell?
Alright, I'm just gonna look for bad creepypastas. Someone is spying on me. Here we go.
Help.
Alright. It is happening from several days. The first time I was sitting in the living room reading a book,
In the living room.
when I heard a noise outside my window. When I looked up, there was nothing, there. I got up to check it out. I looked out of my window and I saw shoe prints coming and others getting away. So I realized that someone
Is this English?
was there, and he was probably spying on me. I spent the rest of my day in a subtle disquiet. Nothing else happened. The next day, I'd almost completely forget about it all. But while I was brushing my teeth, I noticed the light in my restroom suddenly grow dim, as if a cloud was passing in front of the sun, or like someone was at my window. Paralyzed by fear, I checked my mirror to try to spot what was blocking the sunlight without turning. To not let the mysterious stalker that I noticed his presence, but I only managed to spot something black. I began to slowly turn my head.
I see the black. Get away.
When I was halfway through, I looked at the window in an instant to catch him by surprise, but he disappeared in a second. I hastily shut my window and stood there, catching my breath. Then I got out to check things out, but no one was there except for the shoe prints. Thanks to a relative of mine who works in a police station, I managed to obtain to place my house under police observation for 3 days. However, since nothing happened, the police halted the observation and the commissioner suggested me to see a psychiatrist.
Get fucked.
At first, I thought he was right, But that very same night, I saw a shadow in the dark outside my window trying to get into my bedroom when I was about to fall asleep. I remained in bed holding my breath in terror. The shadow got in and began to search through my drawers, ignoring that I was fully awake. He was about to open the bedroom door to probably check other rooms, but I accidentally pushed over the bottle of wire I keep on my night table and he fled. I called the police, but they didn't listen to.
That's the noise the police made when they showed up.
The beat prey. There we go.
Hey,
I went back to
get
bed
some Valley in.
thinking of what to do, but shortly after I heard noises outside my front door. I got up with my heart racing and I went to check outside through the peephole. In the dim light of my garden lamps, I saw a strangely proportioned shape at my door. Fumbling with the lock, although I was in fear, I beat on my door, and the odd shape ran away. While a whirring could be heard, I couldn't see a face. Maybe I was lucky. I barely slept at all that night, but I made use of the hours I spent awake thinking of a way to convince everybody that I wasn't crazy. I needed proofs. The morning after, I asked a friend of mine to lend me his camera. He told me that I could keep it only till the next morning, as he was going on holiday and needed it to make movies of his vacation. I told him that one day was more sufficient.
Was more sufficient? More than sufficient? What?
That evening, I lowered all the shutters, placed the camera outside pointing my front door, switched it on, programmed to take a picture
I'm trying.
every 30 seconds, and went to bed. I knew they'd
I'm
missed
gonna go eat dinner, or I'm gonna eat something, but I'm gonna rejoin so I can hear this from you.
Hey, Valley's $3. Well worth it. I have a.
This is one of the camera shots where I see there isn't just dark.
There isn't just dark. Alright, fucking stop. That's enough, Willem.
Fuck. It was funny the first few.
Let's just get that was just ridiculously bad.
It was just boring. I'm gonna cut the video. Cut!